Come to find out, it's this hose. So I was messing with the float to see if gas was coming out. It was only a little bit. There was hard stuff in this hose because you could feel it, and I blew it out. But I'm probably just gonna buy a new hose because this is a super old hose, and there's no point because it's just gonna do the same thing again. And when I pulled the bowl off, there was parts of the hose in the bowl, so gonna need a new hose. Okay, so I ended up getting the new hose, and I actually took it for a ride. It's running a little crappy, but it's actually running super good. Got everything fixed up on it. I'll have to take it for a ride and show y'all. The one thing I really like about these 50s is there's no clutch and you can just hop on and ride. Normally with like other bikes, you gotta sit there try to find neutral and it's a pain. With this 50, you just hop on and it's so much nicer than like riding a big bike. Well, more or less, my bike ain't very big, but you get what I mean. These 110s and 50s, they're just so much easier to ride and they're actually way better to begin on rather than getting like a 125, 250. You should never start on a 250 actually, but they're just way nicer to ride on. And they're also way quieter. That's another thing I really like about these. Because I go hop on my 125 and it's just super loud. Like, I always get complained that, oh, it's way too loud. Nice thing about this 50 is, actually, it's got a FMF, so it's actually a little bit louder than it should be. But, like, if you have a stock exhaust on a 110, a 50, they're super quiet. Now, electric bike quiet? No, not at all. Like, they're not nearly that quiet. But they're way more quieter than, like, as I said, a 125. My thing, you can hear it all around my neighborhood. This, if I'm just cruising, it's way quieter and I don't get any complaints. Now, if you're sitting here hogging on it, it's gonna be pretty loud. And they're way cheaper than, like, anything else. I mean, you can go on Marketplace and find one of these for insanely cheap. I think I seen a TTR50 actually just like this for about $1,100, and they're kind of common. So, but also a 50, you don't want to get a 50. You probably want to get like a 110. 110s are a little bit more power, actually a good bit more power than a 50. But the pit bikes are just underrated. Everybody wants 125s, 250s, 85s, but then you come to look at these and they're simple. Actually, they're really not hard to work on, but neither is like I guess an 85 because they're two strokes. But it's just nothing much to it. They're simple, you hop on, no clutch, which I really like that because I be stalling my 125 everywhere I go. Like, I can be just hitting a ditch or something and it stalls. But this, and you can sit there and idle it in gear rather than a 125. You got to try to find neutral. But just super simple bikes and really nice. You just got to appreciate pit bikes. Nobody ever talks about them. Now it's all electric, actually. But everybody talks about electric, which I guess electric, if you think about it, is a lot better. Just because trying to find like a gas bike that's legal, it's practically impossible unless you register it, versus going and buying like a 750 watt bike from like Walmart or something. There's big differences. Gas or electric, I'm personally a gas guy, but anybody else I would recommend electric just because they're easier. Brakes are both up here, which is actually a really nice thing about electric, because when you're wheeling, besides like one-handers, But when you're wheeling, you got your rear brake right here rather than right here. Because trying to wheelie a bike like this is not easy. Because I have to sit right here, but I also don't have enough power to bring it up unless I'm standing on the back fender. So that's another thing that kind of sucks about this 50. But I've had this thing for 10 years. It's 2011. So it's reliable. I mean, it's got problems. It's starting to smoke a little bit. Would need a new top end. But it's going to look like a 2-stroke. You're replacing them once, twice a year. So it's just a way better option for me personally because I ride all the time. But okay, so I'm working on my bike right now. It has a flat tire, but this tire has a tube, so I'm just gonna swap it over. The only problem is my brake cable's messed up, so I literally have to pinch it and slide it out, and if not, I have to take the brake, but then my foot will hit it, so this is gonna take a little bit. Also, like to mention, I got the 125 running. It was running great, but every time I turned the throttle change, so I fixed that, and then it just stopped running. So I gotta work on that, but for now I'm gonna work on my bike.